Welcome, everyone, to Pit Bull Stadium, just outside Miami and the home of the FIU Panthers. We are anxiously awaiting a battle as this fan base is ready to show everyone worldwide what FIU football is all about. What we have in store today, a clash between a pair of AAC squads. As we'll see, the Appalachian State Mountaineers taking on the winners of 5 straight, the Florida International Panthers. 48 Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollock and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Mountaineers will kick it off to get us underway. Here's the return from inside his 10. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the FIU Panthers offense is on the field for the first time today. And here's the band they rally around, and he has earned that type of respect, David.
You dang right. You earn it by doing it, and he's done it at such a high level. Everyone believes in this young man, and Palmer, there's a reason why.
You're right, David. He's been in the big moments, and he's won the big games. This guy delivers when the game is on the line.
They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. At the 35, he's loose. The expressway is wide open. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked. Yards before the touchdown-saving tackle. That is a highly efficient way to move the chains, and now they are threatening inside the 40. Looking downfield, it's Pryor. Quickly out to the tight end. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on 1st down, setting up an easier 2nd down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on 2nd down.
They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that 1st down.
FIU comes out with a fresh set of downs. They'll ride the hot hand. Able to make the stop after a gain of 2 to the 22.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mitt. They put one mitt on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. Using the quick game. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Bully ball on 3rd and short. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down.
This offense knew coming into this one, guys, how important it was to start early. And on this opening drive for them, they're doing a nice job running the football there on 3rd down. They're in a position on the field now. If you're on defense, you got to be ready for a shot throw into the end zone.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I'll be honest, that is a formation and a play call I was never expecting to see in this game. This offense is one of the top 10 passing units in the entire country.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Panthers! Fast start for the offense. Points on the board already.
And the coaches talked to us this week on how important it was to getting out to a fast start. And that was the key to winning the game. The offense definitely took that message to heart.
PAT unit on the field. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. He'll return it. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So Appalachian State's offense will take the field for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
Fast motion from the offense. Quick pass on the fly motion. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. The Mountaineers in the hurry up. Leaves it with the running back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Knocked off his feet.
And I know it's not a first down, but I still like the way they ran the football here. Just try to make the next third down manageable. Try to get it where it's not as predictable. I think the offense did a really good job being smart there, taking what the defense gave them.
And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. Looking to move it through the air. He's right on target. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
I love the QB here. He holds it, he holds it, he holds it just long enough to let the receiver run the drag route, and then he puts it out in front of him so he can catch it on the run in stride and then turn upfield to use his speed.
Dragged down at the 6 after a pickup of 2. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. The run up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater. They'll come to the line just 1 yard shy of the goal line on 3rd down. To the air, it's Becker. Quarterback on the move, still looking. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. A short kick, but that angle from the right can be a little tricky. And that is no good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They go to the ground. They'll knock him down after a 6-yard gain to the 27.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Brought to the ground, but not before getting it up for the first down. The Panthers getting set on 1st and 10.
You know, college football is so much about emotion and momentum and trying to find parts of games where you can grab it. How about going for it on 4th down on your own end of the field early like that and coming away with the first? That's huge.
Just when they're looking run, now up top. Caught. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Oh, I love when you give the fullback the ball. It's kind of a dying breed. It's been taken out of most offenses. But I like when you reward him for all the unselfish plays he has to have throughout a game.
And you know what I like to see? The evolution in football. Fullbacks become a bit of a dying breed. Now you're starting to see a few sneak back in here and there.
It's crazy. Football's cyclical, right? The moment somebody does something else, you go the other direction and just always changing.
To the air, it's Pryor. Fires to the big fella. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
All the way down to the 25-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Jet sweep to the receiver. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Listen, the offense stars those plays where they want to get their playmakers the ball, and the defense understands it as well. I got to know when that guy comes in motion, he's a legit threat. They did, and you could tell. They pulled the trigger and went and made a nice play.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Florida International.
Man, find your weapons. Nice job by the quarterback, finding the running back out of the backfield. He catches it and does the rest. Walks into the end zone for the touchdown.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Washington State has been almost unstoppable today offensively. Between the game plan and the play calling and the execution, it's been darn near perfection. They're up 14 over Fresno State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Appalachian State offense returns to the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter.
On the play. 2nd down coming up.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Back to pass, it's Becker. And the quarterback couldn't withstand the heat, and he will go down as we played one quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and FIU is on top. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Mountaineers will punt it away on 4th down. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. He only needs a sliver of daylight. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The offense lining up for a first down play. They use the end around, first play of the drive. That'll get the eyes moving. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground.
Well, this is a receiver that needs to touch the ball in a variety of ways. They're going to throw it to him, but they're also going to get him involved on jet sweeps.
This offense has a second down play. To the ground with the back. Turns it on in midfield. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Oh, it's a reverse. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. He'll try to overcome that last play on 2nd and 15. The back goes in motion. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And listen, they didn't get the huge play off of that, but I love the ability to show that and be able to show plays off of that jet motion and just show them you're willing to complete it. But, you know, get those little chunks at a time. It doesn't have to always be a home run. That's still a successful play.
They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. And the Panthers are on the move. Give to the running back. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Finds his tight end. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the 3rd down, now setting up 1st and goal.
On 1st and goal, let's see if FIU can get it in. They'll try to get it in with the run. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Wide receiver shows motion. On 2nd and goal, they give it to him again. See if he's got a nose for the goal line. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. Precision blocking up front, creating the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And he's coming out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Appalachian State regains possession, and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point, Dave.
Nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now, chip into this lead, try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
Grabbed behind the line. It's McNabb. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. The Mountaineers moving quickly to the line. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And the Mountaineers will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Bringing it back, it's Sharp. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. The Florida International offense is back on the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Defense there to make the stop after a pickup of 2 to the 30.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance when you got that 3.
Lets it fly deep downfield. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted.
Man, that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing cover 1. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, but everybody else is manning up. Nice job running with this guy, seeing the football, breaking on it, making the interception, making the big play for this defense.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Scanning the field, it's Becker. Oh, picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Panthers.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They scored fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Looking to go up top on first down. On target to the left. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27. 1st and 10. Running back searching for a hole. At the 40, there he goes. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. It's 3rd down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. They allowed the completion, but this defense was swarming to keep them away from that first down line.
Yeah, and you allow completions in those 3rd down situations underneath the sticks, and you come up and rally, and everybody flies to the football. That's great execution by this defense.
Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. They've been outstanding here in this first half. Might as well try for the knockout punch, David.
Yeah, confidence has to be at an all-time high. Great first half. I'm going to get more power. I'm not scared with the lead when I got the football late.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You can see the quarterback's body language. He wants to go. He wants to go tempo. He wants to take shots. They're trying to light this scoreboard up.
Quick strike complete. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
It must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position that can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Looking for a productive play on first down. A run for the quarterback. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. FIU pushing tempo. Looking to throw on second down. He finds his man. It's a fumble on the play. And the defense has got it, and they're bringing it back.
Man, you...
Timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. The Appalachian State offense returns to the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Incomplete, thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit, and I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Caught in the backfield, it's Sproles. They'll pick up 5. It'll be 3rd and 5. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. The defense trying to get a stop on 3rd down from the 44. To the air, it's Becker. Shoots it to the left. He makes a catch. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And it's 3rd down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. And he'll need a little distance and to bend it just right. A 41-yarder from the left hash. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Comes out throwing on first down. Gonna let it fly. Wide open, he makes the catch. Right down the gut of the field. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, FIU.
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A really raucous environment there in Miami. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by acknowledging the sparkling play of this tight end. The guy's like an aircraft carrier out there as a blocker. And then when he releases and shows off that speed and route running, he's almost unguardable. Gotta believe he won't be able to go anywhere in this second half without someone attached to his hip. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Ricardo Silva Stadium.
FIU has it on a tee, about ready to go here in the third quarter. Out of the end zone. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. Appalachian State regains possession, and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
The run from the shotgun. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Fairly manageable distance here on third down from the 27. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
What a big game-changing play. I love when you see the defensive players, they jump on the ball like they were the offensive guys. So aggressive, going and getting that pick, creating some big mojo for your team.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. The give to the tailback. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Nice job by this defense. Listen, you got to understand, they're going to run the football. They're going to try to milk the clock, Jesse. They got the huge lead.
Haven't been a lot of good plays for this defense in this game so far, so can they build on that one? Can they create some turnovers here in the second half to get back in this game?
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Wants to throw. It's Francis. He's got his man. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. And after that short completion, what will they do now? Just a few inches to go.
Yeah, and you wanted to get the ball out quick.
We'll hang on here. The coach has called a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. Using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. This offense has already converted once on 4th down. Can they do it again? This quarterback part of their running game. Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a 1st down.
It's simple play, simple gain. Get that 1st down. That's all that matters. I don't try to trick. I go back to what I know I do really, really well.
FIU comes out with a fresh set of downs.
Here we go.
From the gun, the running back has it. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big 1st down.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe
throw into the end zone, and it's picked off. On 1st down, here comes this offense.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
They move the tight end all over. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Fires to the big fella. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him too?
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
They'll run play action. Gets it out quickly. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
that's just really nice catch by the big tight end. Almost mints up there catching the football.
Looking for a man. It's Becker. Finds his man. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. They'll run it out of the shotgun. At the 45, on its way. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down. The Mountaineers have their offense in high gear. Off play action on first down. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
He makes the tackle at the 37. It's a pickup of 5. That's good enough for a first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
After losing a couple of yards, it's now 2nd and 12 as they try to keep this drive moving. Out of the gun, they give to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. He'll pull it down, and he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
Well, and you can tell the QB, he drops back and he wants to throw the football. He wants to push it downfield, try to get the first down. Couldn't do it. Nobody was open, couldn't find anybody, took off to scramble. Great job by the defense reacting to it, getting him on the ground, stopping him short of the first down.
Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, and it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
Finds the tight end. Finds a crease at the 20. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
What a weapon this guy is, right? At the tight end position, not only can he get open, he can run away from people after the catch. He's a big dude, so he's hard to break down anyway, but the speed is what makes him different.
Trying to hit the sideline on the right. Stopped at the 43 after the 15-yard pickup.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. Picked up some yardage on the ground. Now here comes second down. They'll give it to the back. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a third down and short. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. He wants to throw. Starting to feel a little pressure. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. No, sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. Looking to throw, it's Pryor. He wants to go deep. Grabs it inside the 10. Touchdown, Panthers! And the beatdown has ensued. Well, I'm not sure who was closer to the receiver there, the defensive backs or us here in the booth.
That was great execution on offense. Receiver wins the route one-on-one, shows off his speed, gets himself wide open. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that ball. Nice job.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Appalachian State offense returns to the field. That last one looked like a back-breaking drive, David, but they ended up punting.
Yeah, and they put some plays together, put some yards together, but the most important stat is putting points on the board. And this offense has to finish, Jesse, when they get across that 50-yard line and start getting in scoring territory.
Yeah, there was some good execution, no doubt about it, but I think it's the critical down and distances, third down in particular.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, you're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on third down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. The Florida International offense is back on the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. They'll leave it with him. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Offensively, are you going to take 4 to 6 every play? Yes, please. Sign me up for that. I'm going to take that every single time. Great job by the offense. Staying patient, staying true to who they are. You want to run the football. You want to be physical. You want to establish yourself. Check, check, check.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They'll try the run. Dragged down at the 39, but he's got 5 yards, and they'll move the sticks.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the first down, and that's all that matters.
FIU set up with another first down.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
Handoff from the gun. Delivers the stiff arm. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down. The Panthers come to the line with a new set of downs.
Cut it. Igloo.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy.
And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. Made the play on the pick, was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off from the 26. He's going to pass. Throws for the tight end. Got him downfield. And they make the tackle, not before he gets the first down. Now let's see if they rush to the line or let the time run out here in the third. That's the end of the quarter, and FIU is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. First down to start the drive after the break. He's looking to throw it. And his first pass is incomplete.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
Getting some heat. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. This is a third and long. Back to throw, it's Hatchett. It's complete. And sure tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And the Mountaineers line up to punt it away. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to.
He lobs one high down the left side. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Off the play fake. Bought a little time, lets it go. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
Looking for a deep man. He's got it down the left side. All kinds of running room. Touchdown, Florida International. And the pummeling has started. They give themselves just a little more cushion as they close in on extending this winning run. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Western Kentucky is lighting up the scoreboard right now thanks to a dazzling offensive display. They're up by 17 over Army. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Appalachian State regains possession, and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Looking to throw, it's Hatchett. Gets it out fast. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
You know, the beautiful thing about being a quarterback is you can throw a little drag route, and they can take it 60. When you got fast playmakers on the outside that you can get in the ball in their hands really quickly, great things can happen. 1-yard passes can turn into 60. It's beautiful to be quarterback.
Quickly complete. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Listen, if I'm a QB, 2nd down, I want to check the ball down and get a manageable 3rd down. But when this defense is flying around like this, so fast closing out, he got to that running back and got him on the ground so fast, the running back had nowhere to go.
From the gun on 3rd down. They're trying to get to it. He's got it. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the 1st down at the 36. The Mountaineers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Steps away. Trying to escape and get it himself.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate. And you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
He's back to throw on 2nd down. And he fires over the middle. It's incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He tries to take the top off. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Mountaineers.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way that coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, listen, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out.
Delay of game. Offense.
There's a difference between being methodical and thorough and slow. They were slow, and they got the flag. Offense set on 1st down. To throw, it's Pryor. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. Offense gets set for 2nd down. He's looking to throw. He's got an open man. They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Snagged in the middle. It's Law. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. To the 15. Open runway ahead. A huge play, just a breath away from taking it to the house, but they are in business at the 4.
I love this type of play because it looks like a jet sweep. The defense, they're a bit confused pre-snap. They don't know who has the ball, and all of a sudden, that guy with his speed is in the second level of the defense before the defense even knows what happened.
Touchdown, Panthers, and the route is on. With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, much bigger dreams for this squad.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Line gets set, first down.
29 Philly, 2 alert.
He'll start this drive firing. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
And obviously, you're never going to point to one individual play over the course of a game, but that right there is basically a microcosm of the day it's been for this offense. They have not been able to get points up on the scoreboard because they simply can't execute.
And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
Man, how about this offense, man? It's been a rough day. You're getting beat down. You're trying to find some kind of momentum late in the game to build something off of, and you give up another sack.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And the Mountaineers will punt this one away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. On the return, it's Sharp. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. The Florida International offense is back on the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
In situations like this, offensively, when you got the lead in the fourth quarter, when you got to run the ball, you go back to the runs that you have the most confidence in, that you can execute in your sleep, and they do it right there, ripping off 7 yards.
And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? Line is set on third down. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker.
Well, they come up short. It's now going to set up 4th and 1. If I'm this offensive coordinator, I'm finding who's my biggest, most physical back, the guy that I can trust to get north and down.
And so I'm bringing all the big bodies in on the defensive line, and I'm making sure I get a little bit of penetration so I don't let that big running back get downhill so he can fall forward, so he can get momentum going. Big time fourth down and short coverage.
Well, this head coach has been a riverboat gambler all game long. He keeps going for it on 4th down. That now the 3rd time he's gone for it, and he's gotten it by running the football.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. They've got him looking to run, but they're going to throw it. It's caught downfield. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. First and goal from the 7. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. They'll use the running game on first and goal. Touchdown, FIU! And the stomping has commenced. They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Lining up for the PAT. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Washington State is ahead right now, but the school that nearly saw Ryan Leaf win a Heisman back in the day still has some work to do. They're up by 4 over Fresno State. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Dumps it off in the flats.
Well, this defense knows they're going to have to go sideline to stop this offense. Nice job there rallying to the back who caught the swing pass there on the right perimeter.
Here comes the offense on second down. Back to throw, it's Hatchett. Trying to get to him. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Here's a throw downfield late. He was loose and setting sail, and they stop him at the 6-yard line.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
Gets rid of it. I'm sorry, you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous parting gift. A late touchdown.
Hey, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note. A little bit.
And the extra point is good. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. Just about set to kick it away. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, they have delighted these home fans here by putting this game in a hammerlock, David.
Yeah, this crowd's been jacked up. They've been excited. Now they get to breathe a little bit, Palmer. Nice lead. This offense needs to go out and protect it.
Yeah, they've been the more physical team all game long. So let's just run the ball. Let's just ice this football game, take the W into the locker room.
And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Now on 2nd down. They'll go right back to the run. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
He looks that one in nicely. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The offense gets the timeout. 12 ticks left on the clock.
Defense is about learning the plays. 3rd down, what do they like to do? How do they do it? So far, the offense having a little bit of success, but the defense now, you got to figure out what they're doing.
And the Panthers have it with a 1st and 10. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Gives him the big stiff arm. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. And after this play, the cake will be baked.
42 Spider. Cross. Razor.
Dropping back, it's Francis. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers! And the punishment has been extended. With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, much bigger dreams for this squad.
And they say play to the final whistle. This offense took it to heart. Scoring late, maybe they could have wasted the clock. They made no doubt about it. This one's over.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they close the deal from 43 yards out with a touchdown pass. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. Looking for blockers. No more room to run. They make the tackle right there, and the clock is at 0, and that's how this one will end. When you hit this point in the season, week 7, you sort of turn the corner, and you remain unbeaten at this point. You've morphed into a championship contender.
Yes, but you don't want to peek too far ahead, Reese. You kind of want to be like, nothing to see here, just move on. We haven't accomplished what we wanted yet. We haven't accomplished what we set out to do. It's week 7. I know you guys got bigger hopes and bigger dreams than just being to week 7 and being undefeated.
And guys, I've been really impressed with this team because they just seemed to always have an identity. From the very beginning of the year, they knew who they were, they knew what they were going to go out and try to accomplish and how they wanted to dominate teams. And they've been able to do that to this point. So, David, to your point, just keep getting better every single week moving ahead. And this team could be in the college football playoff discussion.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.